Last time we left off, you guys had taken a little bit of time in the Giant's City. You guys had been given a place to stay, and during the night, Tark Veer had come to Saint to bring him to an old lady who was going to teach him the ways of the giant runes. As that was happening, Hareson and Grimm got trapped in a nightmare by Hungy, who wanted to eat Hareson. Grimm, however, was not going to let that happen. Levi and Nim quickly jumped in to help and were sucked into the nightmare as well, followed shortly thereafter by Dez and Thracken. You guys all fought against Hungy / Lily in this weird, like, nightmare's perspective room that Grimm had grown up in. And eventually, just as Saint entered the nightmare as well, you guys destroyed the Lily-Hungy hybrid, and Lily unfortunately succumbed to her wounds and died. However, Grimm was able to reanimate them through eldritch magic, and Lily once again is at your guys' side. However, you guys find that even though you guys have killed Hungy and all the threats against you have ceased, you guys have not left that nightmare realm. So, Arms of the Kraken, you guys are still in this weird kind of child's perspective of a living room. The table's still broken. There's blood all over the floor. There's several doors you guys can go through. However, the nightmare has not faded yet. So, Arms of the Kraken, what would you guys like to do?
I'm still giant, yeah?
Yes, you are still currently a giant.
That's good.
Grimm's just kind of looking at the ground. Can we get out of here?
I mean, do you have any ideas?
Try a door.
What is this place?
My old room. The perspective's a little off. Like, I'm still little, but
it's not like your bedroom.
It's
it's like your playroom, where you spent the vast majority of your time. Very rarely were you let out of here, at least when you were a younger child. But this is where you would learn, you would eat, you would play with your toys. Again, there's the large kind of fireplace in front of you, even though there's nothing currently burning in it. To the left of that fireplace is a large door that leads out into the main hall of your family's manor. Behind you is a door that would actually go into your bedroom. And then there's a secondary, like, smaller door that kind of goes to, like, the staff quarters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd probably point to, like, the main hall door and go, like, that should be the way out of here.
I'm gonna, before we move on, I'd like to take a look around, see if I notice anything that stands out, maybe.
It's
possible.
So you're just looking for things that stand out?
Yeah, if there's anything, like, aside from just, like, furniture and, like, darkness.
I got you. Go ahead and make either investigation or perception check for me.
I'll take investigation. 28.
28, okay. You look around, and as familiar as everything looks to you, it all has this just kind of weird twinge. Everything is off by a little bit. Like, nothing is a straight angle. None of the stones in the walls fit properly together. The doors all seem to be kind of cocked a little bit to the side. Everything just kind of gives you this this subconscious feeling of like dread, of wrong. And then on top of that, you know, there's not a single piece of furniture that's not destroyed. There's sourceless blood pools on the ground. The fact that when Lily died, she just like disintegrated into ash. There's no body left behind, anything like that. Even walking around, you feel at the same time heavier than normal, but at the same time like you're moving lightly through like water, like there's resistance against you. It's just this altogether weird uneasy sense, but other than that there's no like giant portal that says, hey, take me, I'll take you to safety, anything crazy like that.
Darn.
Levi's like looking around, and then he just does a little like shiver, and then starts walking towards the door that was pointed out earlier.
Okay.
I guess I'll open the door.
Okay. Grimm, as you open the door, you turn it, and the knob, while hard in your hand, as you turn it, it begins to almost become like this slimy liquid, and as you turn it, it begins to like almost come apart in your hand into like tentacles reaching out to like grab at you. But you do turn the door and open it. As you turn the doorknob and let go, the tendrils like reaching out towards your hand, but you get the door open, and as you expect to go into the great hall of your father, you would notice, or in your memory, you would know that there are like 20 to 30 statues of your entire like family line, all the great leaders memorialized. Normally to your left would be the door that heads out into the great plaza, where like the conduits are trained and everything else like that. And then down the hall to the right would be like your parents' rooms and a bunch of the other like main parts of the house. But as you enter into this large space, you can see 63 various entities that are in some form of death or dying. You see dwarves being torn apart by tentacles attached to the wall. You see Sephrin with massive holes blown in their chest, like being sucked to the floor. And out of each of these 63 entities, you can see a small blue orb kind of in between their body, all kind of moving along towards the exterior door as if they're like suspended by threads. They look very similar to the soul fragments that you guys saw when you were talking to the hags.
After I open the door, I kind of look back at the rest of the group like, this is not what's usually here, I promise.
What the fuck?
Anybody else have the heebie-jeebies?
Oh, yeah.
I thought,
Grimm, make an insight check for me real quick.
Off with those. 10.
A 10? Some of them look incredibly familiar to you.
Oh. Are these all the people that I've eaten?
These are all of the people that you have killed since the beginning of this campaign.
Oh.
How many did you say there were?
63.
you've been counting. You're crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Do you count all of our kills?
Some of them. Grimm's, Thraken's, and one other character's.
Oh, I don't know what to do with this.
But like I said, all of the souls seem to be moving towards the door that would like leave your family home.
Okay.
Do you tell us? Do you tell us this revelation?
I mean, you guys can all see the same thing when you guys go out into this hall.
I'm trying to think if I would actually say something about it. Yeah, I think I would actually. As we're probably like, as we're walking through it, I'll probably like lean over to Levi, like, I think these are all the people I've killed.
Okay. I'm definitely like spooked out for sure.
Is there one of those loan sharks in here?
What do you mean, loan sharks?
From like that we fought in the streets.
Yeah, the dwarves from the
Okay.
very beginning.
Yeah, I'll point
Yeah.
at like specifically one of those dwarves. To
I-
Levi, like,
I
look.
believe, if my tally is correct, there are 3 of them.
Oh fuck. Well, wherever we are right now, this is we were brought here by Hungy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But didn't.
I don't have insight on that. It's just a detail, I guess. So I guess this whatever this is Hadar brought us here, right? But like these people aren't just people that you've like Hungy ate, right? Or are they just anyone who's been killed?
There are several of them that have been killed since Hungy departed.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yep. Okay. Look, I think we just need to get out of here, probably.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Right this way, and I'll keep going to the door.
Okay. Where normally a large, like, double-hung oak door would be, you see this giant black mass with, like, teeth on the outside of it. And there's no doorknob. However, there are 3, like, keyholes, large keyholes sitting here.
Oh, no.
Are they the same shape as the blue thingy fragment?
No. So the blue soul fragments are like tiny little, like, ping pong ball sized ball orbs that are just like floating towards the door. And you can see that like several of them, as you guys are looking at it, interact with the door, and as they get close, like these black tendrils like emerge and grab onto the ball, and you can see the light like fade out of it before it's pulled back into the door.
Probably safe to assume that these lights probably represent their souls.
That's probably a good assumption. So the room that we're in is like an
entry hall.
Okay, so
3 keyholes.
are there any like closets or any kind of other doors?
There's the room that you came from behind you. Mirroring that one, there's another door directly across the hall on the other side. And then down the hall towards where like Grimm's father's room and stuff would be, there's another like double hung oak door at that end of the hall.
I'm imagining the house from in Codename Kids Next Door, where all those kids live at the end of the street. The scary mansion.
So there's the room where they held me, the hallway. Behind the room where they had me, there's the bedroom, and then there's a room to staff quarters attached.
I'll show you. Give me just a sec.
Across the hallway's a room.
I hate the way that you said the room where they held me.
Well, if it's not a bedroom and I'm not allowed out of the room, what am I supposed to say?
No, I mean, I'm aware.
So the doors that you have access to, we'll go green. Why not? It's the main door there. It's the door you came
That's
out
the
of.
tendril door.
Yep.
Right.
And then there's another big open door that way. You guys are like here.
So what was supposed to be this room across the hallway from me then?
Across the hall from you, it kind of goes into a large library. Your dad would take meetings there, stuff like that. Some of the informal gatherings. But yeah, you would just remember it as kind of a library, office, study kind of area.
Well, I'm not exactly sure who's running this show here, but if I had to guess, there probably would be some sort of keys behind some of these doors.
There are probably wonderful surprises behind each of these doors, I'm sure.
And in this hallway, there's usually supposed to be like a bunch of statues, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can check out the library first. It's right here anyway. I'll go open the door.
Right. Grimm, as you reach out and touch this doorknob, you hear... Make a charisma saving throw for me real quick.
Oh boy. Saint, are you within 10 feet?
I honestly don't even know if I'm in this little dream realm because last
You
we
are.
left off, I was out.
No, you jumped in right at the end of the last... Everyone's here.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
everyone's
Oh,
here
okay.
currently.
Saint is just patiently sitting by the fire waiting. Big as fuck.
All right, so Grimm, as you reach out and touch the door, you're instantly taken back to a time when you were 5 or 6 years old, and you just hear a voice. Excuse the crying child in the background. But you hear your father's voice like booming through your head. Ebonfall, how many times have I told you to leave my study alone? Go back to your room. And at first you like feel yourself instantly like turning around to move back the way you came. However, you find yourself and resist the urge. However, the door does not open for you.
Well, it looks like still not allowed in here.
You looked like, what do you mean by that? Not
This
allowed?
was... Sorry. This would be where my father's study would be. He didn't really like me going in there.
Well, he's not here now, is he?
Were you able to, was Grimm able to like actually like try to open it, or did they just like...
That just
Okay.
happened real quick when they tried to open the door.
Okay. What if I try to open it?
Go ahead and try to open it.
I try to open it.
Okay. As you grab onto the door handle and begin to turn, again, the doorknob like morphs into tendrils, like reaching out and like grabbing your hand. But you turn the door and you open it, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
I'm not as good at these.
I can flash of genius him, so he gets a +4.
Okay, 14.
A 14. Okay.
Well, +3 from Saint.
Yeah, +3 for me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
17.
So a 17. 17 passes. As you turn the door and begin to open it, where you're expecting like a study or a library or something, the door opens and you find yourself in the middle of this towering city. The buildings decrepit, falling over, but they're all like leaning in towards you, intimidating. It feels oddly familiar to you. You feel instantly lost. You're suddenly hungry. Everything is bearing down on you, and as you begin walking through this room, large black shadows begin like kicking at you, and you can hear voices almost from your memory, dwarven accents. Oh, knife here, get out of my city, go, I don't have anything for you. As you begin backing further into this room and stumbling around, suddenly through the throngs of shadows and the kind of decrepit walls, you see a figure standing there staring at you in this large cloak, and all you can see is this white beard coming out from underneath it with a hand held out towards you.
Aldor?
Come on, boy. Let's get out of here.
I'm sorry, who's that?
I start to walk towards it.
Okay. To everyone else, you guys see Levi just starting to walk into this room. You guys can't see any walls. You guys can't see a floor. You guys can't see a ceiling, anything. It's just Levi walking off into this darkness.
Should I attempt to grab him?
Do you
Am
want...
I aware of them at all?
Yeah, you can still see your friends behind you. They're, as you're moving towards this figure, they're being left back in the crowd.
I'm
It's just
ignoring
Joe.
them.
You're ignoring them?
I'll walk after Levi.
Okay. As you continue walking into it, suddenly the memory, or what Levi is seeing, the further you walk into the room, the more clear it becomes for you. So you can see this figure with the white beard or whatever, that Levi is pushing through these shadow creatures trying to grab at. And then also for the rest of you, as you guys are walking in, you can see every time Levi like pushes past one of these shadow creatures, tendrils start morphing off of them and like reaching out to grab him. But none of them are able to like get hold.
Suggest not touching anybody.
I call out to Aldor.
Okay. He just continues motioning for you to follow, and as he begins winding his way through these alleyways and stuff, you eventually turn into this dark alley with a door kind of cockeyed at the very edge of it, and he opens the door and enters into it. The door closes behind him.
The alleyway, does it look like the alleyway from the gem? Like the gem from the collector?
No, just due to everything obviously being warped by wherever you are right now. It more looks like Aldor's home, his shop, where you spent the vast majority of your younger years learning from him.
Kind of getting lost in the past a little bit. I kind of threw caution to the wind there.
Mhm.
But at this point now, seeing the shop, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah. Do you know this place?
Yeah, I know it pretty well. Does it seem twisted in the same way that the first room we were in?
Yes,
was
everything
twisted?
is like you're seeing this from like a smaller person's perspective, so like all of the buildings almost seem to be like crumbling down onto you, like imposing against you. All of the shadow figures are much taller than you. And then again, everything is just kind of has that twinge of being off. The door's kind of cockeyed. Again, the walls are almost folding in towards you, like arching in towards you. None of the bricks line up. The mortar isn't like properly set. There's small like tendrils coming out of everything.
It was not as scary looking, though.
Yeah, something doesn't feel right about this place.
Why would there be tendrils here? If this is
think,
related to you.
Well, I think maybe whatever this is playing with all of our minds, not just yours. As I start to walk towards the door that Aldor went into.
Is there something you're not telling us, Levi?
No, I've been very upfront about.
You know we don't tolerate hiding stuff in this friend group here, right?
This is my master's shop. He is the one that is on he's the one I went to the collectors for to find him.
What? Hold on. You need the collectors to find your old master?
Yes.
So you missing? I don't understand.
Yes. I think I have a feeling that maybe you'll see as I go to open the door.
Okay. As you go to push in the door, the room in front of you is a mess. Its tables are flipped over and broken. Beds are like suspended in the air. There's ink all over the floor and the walls. There's the table is like in the middle of being like smashed against the wall, just like suspended in time. And as you open in and everyone kind of follows you, the door slams shut. And suddenly like everything in the room is picked up by some unseen force and begins like spinning around the room. And Levi, you can hear, "Inkborne, we were the last ones. We were the only ones that knew of this, and you failed me. You left me here by myself. This is all your fault." I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws to avoid all of the things that are flying around this room currently.
Holy shit. I'm good at those. Do we all get +3 for saying?
Sure. You guys can see in this whirlwind of everything flying around the room, there are splinters and pieces of boxes that are flying around, almost hitting you. Thracken, you almost take a chair to the face. Levi, you can see razor sharp tattoo needles like flying through this vortex. And as this thunderous, berating voice is just filling your head and filling the room. Those of you with a passive perception over 17, so I believe that would be Levi, Dez, and Nim.
Not my passive perception. My passive wisdom, or my passive investigation is, but my wisdom is 15.
Okay, so Nim and Dez, you guys see at the very top, almost like by the ceiling fan, there is a golden...
Oh, my passive perception is 18.
Yeah, so... Okay, so Hareson, you see it too. But a small pewter key just like flying around the ceiling at the top of this vortex.
I'm gonna respond to the voice. With like slight tears in my eyes, I'm gonna shout out, "You were the one who left me!"
Oh. Failure. Weakness. That's all you ever were. I picked you up out of the gutter, and how did you repay me? With failure. What are we doing? Everything's still flying around the room right now.
Levi's like,
how high up is the key?
It's probably like as you look up, the room like is extending away from you, like it's actively being pulled away as the room elongates.
Is it
so
near a wall?
Right now it's like, yeah, I mean the whole thing is like, I would say it's a 20 by 20 foot room probably.
Could I start to fly towards it?
Sure.
Can I run up the wall towards it?
Yeah, so what I would like you to do is, Dez, as you start to take flight, you're being buffeted by this unseen wind and this torrent of energy in the room. I would like you to make a strength check for me. And Nim, as you begin kind of running up the wall, trying to get up to this key, I would like you to make an acrobatics check for me.
Ooh, 18.
Levi's just like
8
rubbing
26.
26, okay. Dez, what'd you get?
11.
An 11? Okay. So, Dez, you begin flying up, but you get caught in this, like, unseen tornado that's basically going around it. And you start just flying in circles around this room. You do see out of the corner of your eye, though, Nim just starts running straight up the wall. And Nim, everywhere that you touch on this wall, tentacles emerge, like reaching out to grab at you, but none of them can get a real solid grip on you. You guys can also see that everywhere that Nim like runs on this wall, the wall begins to like crack and then separate out into an unseen void past these walls. I'd like everyone to go ahead and make another round of dexterity saving throws for me.
Grimm's also gonna come up to Levi and put a hand on his shoulder.
I gotta fuck.
You got to fuck?
I gotta fuck.
24. Or 23, sorry.
So 7 total.
7 total, okay. I believe...
Can I...
One sec, let me narrate this and then we'll get... So, as Nim is running up the wall and everything's whipping around this room, you guys are docking... You're dodging and rolling out of the way of all of this flying debris and everything like that. You turn around right as like these 4 tattoo needles hit Hareson like square in the chest. Hareson, you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Did it at least leave something cool?
No, they just stab into you.
Damn!
They leave a nice, cool scar.
And okay, now Levi, or was it Levi or Grimm? Someone said they were doing something.
I did. Can I make this? Can I make this save with disadvantage?
Which save?
The dex save.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of weird to ask, but the reason is because Levi's kind of like, he's like, if you look at him right now, he's kind of got like his eyes closed and he's like rubbing his fucking head because he's trying to not. He knows this isn't real, but he can't help it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and remake it with disadvantage for me.
Okay.
Grimm's making their way towards Levi.
My next save.
You still, yeah. So here's how I'll say it. As you know, you've got your head in your hands. You're trying to like wipe this memory out of your eyes, and so you're not seeing this massive like leg of the table fly towards you. And at the very last second, Grimm reaches you and puts their hand on your shoulder and then reaches out with their other hand. And as famine wraps itself around their arm, it just stabs the leg of the table in the air and just blows it into like little chunks.
Nod at you. I got you.
I'm gonna say under like not screaming like I did before, but I'm just gonna repeat it again and say you're the one who left me.
All right, Nim, I need you to make another acrobatics check for me. This one's gonna be a little bit more difficult because you're going from running up this extending wall to jumping out into this torrent of energy and trying to grab onto this key. So go ahead and make another acrobatics check for me.
No money. I mean, no whammy. Big money. 17 plus 8 is 25.
A 25 is what you needed. So you go and you jump, and you can see this box of supplies like kind of arcing its way towards you. You rotate yourself in the air and basically use that box and the force of it whipping around the room as like a plant point to jump off of, and then you jump towards the center of the room. I need you to make one more dexterity check for me.
That's a 15.
15? So as you reach out, you actually touch the key, but you don't get close enough to hit it. However, as the key touches your finger, it shoots across the room, it hits the wall, and like blows the side of the wall out, and is just kind of hanging there. Everyone else in the room, you guys suddenly, instead of this tornado like centered in the center of the room, there's now a vortex where the wall used to be, as everything shifts and you guys find yourself being sucked towards this wall. I would like everyone to make a strength save for me now.
I'm
amazing
very
reviews.
bad at these ones.
Gross.
Okay. Woof, Spyro.
15.
Plus 5. Also 15.
21. Or
21.
wait, 24.
Okay.
13.
Saint, does your... Is it all saves for your aura?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do they get a +3 to all saves?
All
they're
saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'll say Nim, just due to the fact that you were running up the
long
wall
as they're
and
within
over the
10
top
feet of
of
me.
it, you're not quite in range for it. So everyone else manages to grab onto something, but Nim, you being in the air, you find yourself being sucked towards this wall.
Whoa, shit!
What do
I'm
you do?
gonna kind of shake Levi and be like, "Hey, I think we might need your magic hand." I like point up.
I'll kind of like my eyes were closed during like that exchange.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna like when I get pushed, I'm gonna open my eyes and kind of like see what's going on and kind of get a little more lucid. And I'll look and I see the key.
Mhm.
And I will try to send the mage hand to grab the key.
Okay. So make an intelligence check for me. You can add your proficiency bonus to it.
So like a spell attack?
Yep.
Okay. 25.
25. Okay. So as Nim is being sucked towards this hole where the wall used to be, and you become lucid again, you kind of see the key up there. You see Nim flying across the room. You see everyone else like grabbing on as everything from this room, the tattoo machines, the tables, the chairs, the beds, the books filled with knowledge are all sucked out into this endless void. And you focus, reaching your hand out, and as you reach your hand out several feet away from you, that ethereal hand that has been one of your best friends for the longest time reaches out and grabs the key, and as you feel it in your grasp, like physically, suddenly the hole in the wall shuts and everyone drops back to the ground. There's no longer any energy moving about this room or anything.
I do a little flip and I land with a like a pirouette.
There you go.
Good job, buddy.
I'm just kind of... So I'm like holding the key right now?
Yep.
I'm just kind of like staring. I'm like holding this key as all the... Everything is kind of like settling down in the room. I'm just kind of holding it and I'm staring at where I felt like the voice was coming from.
Okay.
I'm... Oh. I start crying. No, I'll say, not loudly, just like speaking voice. I'm gonna find you.
There's no response from the ether.
I'll turn and I'll start walking out of the room.
Okay. As you open this door, expecting to get back into that city or whatever, you find yourself back in the original hall with all of the kind of half dead and dying people suspended in suspended in time.
I'm starting to have a feeling that these doors might react to whoever's opening them.
The face on Levi, when we were originally here, is his demeanor is different now. Like before, his demeanor was kind of like, yeah, this is pretty fucked up. But now he's very like stoic and serious. And I will walk up to the door and I'll mage hand the key into the hole.
Okay. As it enters into the first hole, it goes neatly in. And you can see that when it like sets itself and turns, there's this faint like blue arcane circle that forms around it, almost seeming to push the darkness away. And you can see that like where the center of that key is, there is no longer any of those like eldritch tentacles or anything else like reaching towards the key. but there are still 2 keyholes remaining.
Side question. In this room of souls, is Kentucky here?
Make a investigation check for me. An 8. As you look through the mass of contorted bodies and pieces of flesh and viscera that are coating this entire room, you do not see Kentucky.
All right, good now.
So we just need the other keys, right?
Um,
Let's get going.
That's right. Well, we already did this door. I guess we can try the other end of the hallway there.
aside from what's been going on, like with the party, has Hareson noticed anything in particular that like caught his interest?
So far, no.
No? Okay. That's all I had.
All right.
Dude, this other door down at the end, you said was father's room?
It leads into like a long hall with like your father's room, his workshop, some of the storage rooms for the house itself, a couple of guest rooms. It's like deeper into the actual manor.
Okay. So yeah, it goes deeper into the manor. I don't know, who wants to try it? Or should I
Nim will open it.
go for it?
Nim will open it?
Before Nim goes to open it, Levi will stop him and say, just be prepared to be faced with something you're not expecting.
Always. And I flex a little bit before reaching for the doorknob.
Okay. As you reach for the doorknob, very similarly to the last couple of doors, you reach out and grab it, and tendrils begin wrapping around your arm as you turn the doorknob and open it. I would like you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Alright, this is just a straight fucking throw, 'cause it's a +0. 13.
13, okay. So Nim, as you open this door, you're not sure what you're expecting, but the door opens inward and you find yourself in this long corridor. There are no doors, there are no windows, and probably about every 10 feet, like hanging from the ceiling, is what appears to be a bloody, like, punching bag. You can see that there are chains up against the walls, but other than that, nothing else, like, kind of... there is a door at the very, very end of the hall, but this is probably like 150 foot long room.
Alright. I guess I'll start walking down.
Okay. As you begin walking down the rooms, all of the punching bags begin like wriggling and writhing. You can hear screams coming from the insides of all of them.
What the fuck is this place?
I'm very attentive right now.
Mage armor.
Okay.
Nim's
Cast
eyes
your
are, like,
mage armor.
glued to them as like he walks, but he's like trying to like also like pull them away, you know, like can't take your eyes away from a car wreck, you know.
I got you. As you guys find yourself about midway in the room, if you guys would place your tokens, we're right about there. So you guys get about halfway down this hall before, Nim, you can see one of these bags is like split out the bottom. And as you're kind of looking towards it while moving, you can see a head at the very bottom. The eyes closed, puffed up from bruises, blood caked to the side of it. And as you take like a second look towards it, the eye like flashes open and the figure begins, or the bag begins like wriggling again, and the tear extends. And this small child, probably 7 or 8 years old, falls out of the bottom of it. You can see that their face is incredibly bruised. They've got bones literally sticking out of the sides of their like chest. Their arm is like being held at this weird angle, and as it begins like walking towards you, it begins to like morph in shape, and you guys can hear hundreds of ripping as all of these bags begin ripping open and figures begin dropping to the ground and moving towards you. And in a raspy voice, they keep going, you did this. So, top of the initiative order is going to be
Damn.
Nim.
These children are giant.
I said they were morphing into other creatures.
Oh. It would have been cooler if they were still children.
Yeah.
I mean, they still look like children, kind of.
Oh, they're big babies. Waddling.
Is this a place you recognize, Nim?
No, I don't know.
Can I divine sense here?
Go ahead and make a divine sense.
I do it.
All right. You close your eyes and open it in that like shockwave. Nothing around you appears to be fey, fiend, or undead.
When Nim says that he doesn't know what this is,
Mm-hmm.
can I roll an insight on that?
Go ahead, make an insight check for me. As I change this to some sort of fight music. A 4?
The boss music turns
Yeah.
on.
You have no idea if Nim is being honest with you or if they're lying to you. All you know is these crazy children form figure nightmare things are starting to bear down on y'all.
Okay.
With that being said, Nim, you're up. Levi, you're on deck. Unless I roll better for their initiative. That is going to be 19 for them. So they indeed go first. Mobby. So, you guys can see them all beginning to kind of move towards you. 10, 15, 20,
Fucking
5, 10.
God damn it. I hate my life.
So as all of these figures begin moving in towards you, they hold their arms out towards you, and you guys can all feel like this sinking feeling in your chest. This one's going to attack Grimm. This one's going to attack Levi. This one's going to attack Saint. This one's going to attack Thracken. This one's going to attack Hareson, and this one's going to attack Nim. So just going around the room, Grimm does a 10 hit.
No.
Grimm does a 7 hit.
No.
Levi does a natural 20 hit.
Don't worry. Wait, actually, I will. Do I just take it and then have it, or do I silvery barbs it? Silvery barbs it.
Okay, go ahead and reroll.
You reroll.
Just you roll a d20 for me.
Oh, do you want? Okay, all right. You have me roll my own.
No,
Yes.
you.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So Levi does a 13 hit.
No, and
Okay.
I'll give the advantage to Nim.
Nim. Okay. Second attack against you, Levi, does a dirty 20 hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So you're gonna take 1 hit. Saint does an 11 hit.
No.
How about a 15?
No.
Thracken does a 19 hit.
I'm worried that you haven't told me how much I take.
Glancing blow.
Glancing blow. And 22.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hareson does a 18 hit.
No.
That one's not gonna hit either. And Nim does a 15 hit.
Nope.
How about a natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay. So on everyone,
Not through.
Grimm, did you take any hits?
Nope.
Levi, you took 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That is gonna be you're going to take 18 points of damage.
Oh man.
Okay. Saint, did you get hit at all?
No.
Okay. Thracken, did you get hit at all?
Yeah.
Glancing and regular?
Mhm.
Okay. Your glancing blow is going to be 21 halved to 210. Your regular hit is going to be 17 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Harrison, did you get hit?
No.
Okay. And Nim got a natural 20. So
How fucked is
Sorry.
it? You rolled 2 nat 20s.
Had to step away.
You finally got
He's
the
using the
crit.
Grim dice.
So Nim, you take 39 points of psychic damage. So as all of these figures begin moving in towards you guys, you can see that they begin like reaching out. At first, it's like very slow as their arm reaches out, and then tendrils like quickly appear out of the arm and begin lashing towards you guys, reaching and grabbing. Those of you who got hit, as the tendrils hit you and wrap around you, you can feel almost as if part of your soul is being leached out of your body. By the way, all of that damage is psychic damage. After the cacophony of attacks, Nim, you are up. Levi, you're on deck.
I'm gonna hit him back.
Okay, go ahead and hit him back.
Yeah. Hey, it's a crit.
30 hits and crits.
God, I hope 30 hits.
30, unfortunately, does not hit.
What are you talking about?
It's a joke. Roll your damage.
All the damage.
Bullshit.
The fucking damage.
22 points of damage.
Very nice. So, Thracken, as you attack, just as a reaction, you just quickly whip the foe hammer out and you hit this creature like right in the shoulder. Your hammer penetrates all the way deeply down until you feel something solid in the chest, and the image disappears in smoke in front of you.
Cool. Didn't even have to shove it back.
All right, now Nim, you're up. Levi's on deck.
Nim kind of just like, kind of stressed out and just freaking out a little bit, you know. He's gonna just try to break through the crowd, and he's gonna step of the wind and then dash and try to get to the door at the end.
Okay.
Is this map to scale or?
Yeah, it's to scale. Are you just moving straight over there?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take. That's the way you came from.
Oh,
But you're gonna take 2 attacks of opportunity against you.
disengage.
Didn't we just go over it? You pick one.
What?
Oh, you're disengaging
step
with
of the
step
wind
of the wind. Okay,
with
and
my
then
bonus
I
action,
got you.
dash as action, yeah.
All right, so you get to the door. You can see that there is a knob on either side of this door.
Can I reach both?
Yeah, you could reach both at the same time.
I'll try one at first, and if it doesn't work, I'll just turn both.
Okay. As you reach out and grab one, you start to turn it, but it is like glued or mucked shut. However, as you grab onto it, the tendrils, very similar to the last door, reach out and like grab at your arm. As you go for the second one, tendrils on this side go ahead and reach out and grab for your arm as well. I would first of all like you to make a Constitution saving throw
They have advantage.
with advantage.
Oh yeah. What is a 14 plus 3 is 17.
A 17 saves, so you take 16 halved to 8 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make a strength check.
Just straight.
Yep, straight strength.
14.
14. Okay. So as these tentacles start to like absorb the life from you, you still manage the strength to start to turn the knobs, both of them at the same time. It's going slow. You get it about halfway turned by the time that your turn is up. But you're making progress. I will say that as you try to like let go, the tentacles are holding you to the door right now. That being said, Levi, you're up. Saint, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going to take out the Hunter's Apprentice, and I'm going to make a attack at the one right in front of me.
Go for it.
Booming Blade attack. I get sneak attack, right?
Yep.
Since there are okay, cool. But it is just a straight roll. So 25.
25 hits.
Okay. That's gonna be 17 piercing plus 1d8 thunder. Okay. So 20.
20 points of damage. As you slash out towards this creature that just almost killed you. We'll say that you you slash, and as you slash through the figure, you can see like the material that it's made up seems to not be affected by your blade until you reach roughly about the center of the chest. You find something solid and cut through it, and as you cut through it, the momentum of your swing causes the entire creature to fade into dust.
I am panting heavily. I turn and I look at Nim. Do I see him fiddling?
Yeah, you can see him. He's got both of his arms. It looks like he's holding on to this door. You can't see the doorknobs or anything. And then it's just like black tendrils from the door all the way up to his shoulder on both of his arms.
Okay. I'm just going to... Fuck, I don't want to get hit again. I'm gonna just take like a defensive stance where I'm at right now. Not just flavor, but yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Dodge action.
Saint, you are up. Hareson, you're on deck.
I can't dodge action.
That one.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Taking the -5 penalty. 16.
16 with a +2 from
18. Yeah.
him is an 18, which is a glancing blow.
Good shit.
25.
25 points of damage, halved to...
Oh, sorry. No, 30.
30 halved to 15. As you grab the greatsword with both of your... Wait, are you still big? How long does that last?
Only lasts a minute.
Oh, unfortunately, you're not.
Yeah, I know.
So as you grab the greatsword with both of your hands and you just blindly strike out at this creature, you can see it quickly moving back away from you. However, as the blade begins to cut through this ethereal figure, it's not quite fast enough to get away, and the edge of your blade cleaves through the center of this thing's chest, and it disappears into dust.
Okay. And these two are chasing Nim.
They were moving towards the group. They haven't made a move since.
Okay. I will just move towards them. And make my next attack.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Taking that -5. Jeez, fuck. That's 7.
Unfortunately, a 7 isn't going to hit. So as you're running towards this one, you go to slash out, and you do make contact with the creature, but you do not find that, like, solid inside of the chest. And so your sword just cuts through almost nothing. And as you look up, you can see where that slash happened. Like, this mouth appears in it, and it begins, like, the tongue lolls out and begins, like, reaching towards you.
Nice.
Hareson, you're up. Grimm, you're on deck.
Okay. Well, looking at the creature, do I notice like any particular area that looks standoffish compared to the rest, or standoutish compared to the rest?
It looks like an amalgamation of like eldritch nightmare fuel mixed with like a beaten and battered child.
Oh, that's lovely. Beaten and battered child.
Nightmare fuel.
God, no kidding. Okay. I'm gonna just try and touch her right in the center of the chest and use inflict wounds.
Okay. Go make an spell attack for me.
Does a 25 hit?
A 25 does hit.
Dirty, nasty 25. Okay.
Sorry, are those fireworks loud in my mic? Or should I mute?
Okay.
I can barely hear them. You're fine.
36.
36 points of damage. As you reach out and touch the center of this figure's chest, you hear a silky smooth female voice in the back of your head going, Hareson, let me do this. And the entire like center of the figure turns like inky black and begins just melting. And as your hand is held out, the entire figure in front of you just like melts into this black ink puddle on the floor and then disappears.
I like under my breath whisper, "Thank you, lady voice."
Make a Constitution saving throw or a Charisma saving throw for me.
Oh, that's right. 15.
All right. With that being said, anything else, Hareson?
No, not yet. I'm okay.
Okay. Grimm, you're up. Des, you're on deck.
All right. So, start by moving forward. Okay, great. Here, we're going to bonus action Form of Dread.
Okay.
Get my temp HP. Only one. Cool. Plus 4, so that's 4. And then we're going to use a level 2 Arms of a Dog. So that all 4 of those, since they're 10 feet of me, need to make a strength save.
Strength save. All right. First one is going to be a 15.
Fail.
16.
Fail.
7.
Fail.
And a 10.
Fail.
All right.
Let's go.
14. Necrotic.
All right. So as you move through these nightmare beings, your form begins to shift into more of that like eldritch horror entity. And as you begin stepping on the ground, very similar to when Nim was walking on the walls in Levi's vision, everywhere that you walk, the floor begins just disappearing out from below you. And these black tentacles, even darker than the darkest shadow in this room, begin jutting up through the broken floor and grabbing onto these nightmare creatures and just enveloping them. More tentacles forming out until just these balls. They look like freaking Tangela. And Grimm, as you hold your hand up in like a fist, all of the tentacles that you cause to emerge like lift these figures up in the air, and you clench your open hand into a fist, and they all, with this sickening like crunch sound, and your tentacles begin fading back into the ground, and left behind are just 4 clouds of dust.
That's my turn.
All right. Des, you are up. Thracken. Oh, I'm sorry. That got ordered weird. Thracken, you should have been before Saint.
Oh.
But I'll let you go now, and then Des will go after you, and then I'll make sure to fix that.
Alrighty. We will just hop, skip, and jump our way up here. And this attack will be reckless. These attacks will be reckless.
Go for it.
Try and take this one out. Hey, what do you know?
Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is such
All
a
right.
fun build.
Can we just say it dies? You have to roll the damage.
Do you want to roll the damage?
23 plus 2d8.
He's already calculated.
Yep.
Okay.
31.
31 points of damage. All right.
Yep.
As you take both of your hammers in either hand, you reach out and just, with this mindless rage, you smash both of them forward on the chest of this creature. And even before your ancestral guardians begin like spreading out from it, the creature just fades into dust and disappears.
Oh wait, let's see if the axe can glean anything from them.
Go for it.
Oh.
6. Oh, it would have been knocked prone if it could.
Okay. It's as prone as it can be right now, bro.
Yep.
Did you roll one for did you roll one for last one?
That was a
That was with
reaction,
the Foehammer
just the
only.
Foehammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that attack only uses a Foehammer. Anyway, we'll go hop, skip, jump our way over here now. And that will be a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
All right. Oh, that was the wrong one. So that was 9 plus this. 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. As you run over to this one and you attack with 2 overhand strikes with your hammers. Well, your hammer and your axe now. It finds purchase in the center of this creature, and again, it just dissipates into dust. As you're catching your breath, you hear all of these voices coming from the door that you all came from, being like, Nim, come back. Nim, we're not done. Come here, Nim. As the entire wall begins having creatures morph out of it.
Oh my.
Hey, Nim, I think you should maybe go to her. There's a lot of creatures coming.
I
You need to hurry up.
Turning the doorknobs.
All right. Thracken,
I'll
if that's
spend
the end
my-
of your turn. Oh, okay.
Spend my minus 5 bonus action, second wind.
Okay. With that being said, Des, you are up. The creatures are on deck.
Everything just changed. I'm sorry. So I'm going to everybody's looking good, right? Nobody around me is looking
I mean, I got
extinctionally-
it.
Make
got
a
a
medicine
boo-boo.
check for me real quick. If you want to use your bonus action for it.
No, I'm good.
No? Okay. Quick glance, no one looks like they're about to just like keel over and die.
Okay, good.
Got a little bit.
All right.
Just a little.
Fuck. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a shot at this closest one and start to move back. So we're gonna go ahead and 23,
23 hits.
14.
All right. You aim and you fire, and as the arcane round is fired from your carbine, it penetrates straight through the chest cavity of this creature. And even before the round hits the wall afterwards, the creature has fallen into dust.
And then, yeah, I am going to start to move back. So 1, 2, right there, and that will be my turn.
Creatures are up. Nim, you're on deck. 5, 10, 15, 20 gets him there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets him there.
Bring it on, bitches.
Look at what they need to mimic a fraction of my power.
All right. Levi, you're going to take 2 hits. Hareson, you're going to take 2 hits. Grimm, you're going to take 8 hits.
Bring it.
All right. Levi does a 18 hit.
Yeah, I'm going to use fuck, where is it?
I don't think that's a spell, dude.
Use
Fuck, dude.
Yo, what up, Husky?
uncanny dodge.
Hi, Husky.
Okay. You're uncanny dodging the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Second attack against you is a natural 1. That's not going to hit. So let's just do that real quick. It's going to be 22 have to 11 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Harrison, how does a 19 look on you?
Does not hit.
How does a natural 20 look on you?
It doesn't.
He's got the Grimm dice.
Guys, I got my taquitos. We're good.
Very nice. 37 plus 5.
You're real good when you take this 40 damage.
Yeah, you can eat those while you make a new
Yep,
character.
it's
Wait, I'm sorry. How much? I took my head.
42 points of psychic damage on the second.
Oh, that's
On
it?
the natural 20.
That's it. Okay.
All right, so very similar to the first.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. I use Wrath of the
All right,
Storm,
go.
so it takes 2d8.
Takes 2d8 damage in return.
Yeah.
Okay. Is
And
that a once per long rest ability or?
You can use this feature the number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier.
Nice. Make sure you're
So
tracking
I
that.
got 4 total. Huh? Yeah, I am.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
12.
12 points damage. Okay. So Levi, as the creature attacks you the first time, it misses. As it attacks you, or the first time it hits, but you roll out of the way. The second time it misses. Harrison, the first time it reaches out towards you, it can't quite get a grip of your fur. But on the second one, you can see its chest like open up into this massive mouth that just completely engulfs you. Everyone can hear like Harrison like kind of screaming on the inside, and then there's this bright blue light, this electrical explosion as the creature is dusted, and Harrison just like sits there like electricity kind of arcing through his hair and everything else. Good job. All right, Grimm.
Fucking Pikachu.
Does it's 23 hit?
23?
Yeah.
No, because shield.
Ah, very nice. How about I don't think that's gonna hit either. Third one is gonna be a 15 to hit.
Because here with shield, you're going to have to be a 24.
Okay, 23. That's 4. 5 is gonna be a 10. 6 is gonna be an 11. 7 is gonna be an 11, and 8 is a natural 20.
What the fuck?
That's
He's
4
rolling
nat
all
20s.
these
That's
dice
motherfucker.
fast.
4 nat 20s. I downloaded Grimm's Dice tonight, boys.
Yeah,
I only have one
need
reaction
that
then.
subscription.
Say again, bud.
I said I only have one reaction.
Oh no, Thracken said something.
Oh, my
Oh,
bad.
I was just saying the DM paid that Grimm
Yeah,
subscription.
I got a little bit of pocket change. Got the DM or the
Shut
Grimm
down the
dice.
fight.
All right,
Shut
anyway,
down the-
Grimm, that is gonna be 24, 35 plus 5 is 40 points of psychic damage.
Ouch. 40.
You still good?
I'm good.
Okay. So as
Well-
these 4 creatures all begin to mob you, they begin lashing out with their tentacles, but in turn, the tentacles from your form of dread begin like parrying their attacks, just keeping all damage away from you until the final one comes up and you're not even paying attention, drives this tentacle straight through your chest and out the other side, like lifting you up into the air before hurling you back to the ground. With that being said, Nim, you are up. Levi, you're on deck.
I'm just gonna activate Fangs of Fire Snake to, engulf my arms in flames, and I'm just gonna put all my strength into turning those knobs.
All right, I'll give you advantage on this. Go ahead and make a strength check with advantage. Well, first of all, I need you to make a con save.
Let's say 13 plus 3 for 16.
16, take half damage.
Love when abilities get used
So
in
that's going to be 18 halved to 9 points of psychic damage. And go ahead and make your strength check with advantage this time.
Oh, not 20. For 21.
Yeah!
Judging.
All right,
The other one
so
was a 7, so good thing.
as the tentacles like are burying themselves into your body, and you can feel your soul being fractured and like sucked out through these wounds, you activate the fangs of the fire snake, and your arms are wreathed in flame, burning away the tentacles and allowing you to fully turn these knobs and thrust the doors open. There's nothing but darkness on the other side. Are you moving into the next room, or
I'll take a step through.
okay? You take a step through, and that will remove you from initiative order.
Oh, cheese name.
That will
All right.
remove you from existence.
All right. Please state a memory.
All right, as Nim walks through the
Make a new
door,
character.
you guys can hear them starting to close. And they're just slowly, you probably have one turn to get through the doors before they close.
Get out of here!
Yeah, we run.
Levi, you're up.
I run.
Thracken, you're on deck.
I'm going to bonus action, disengage, and I'm actually going to run towards Grimm, actually.
Okay.
Well, run. I'm going to roll towards Grimm. 'Cause I'm going to like trip and fall because I am fucking in terrible shape.
You
And
need
I'm
to
gonna-
get out of here!
Grab them
got
by the
this.
shoulder and dimension door us through this door.
Very nice. All right. So that takes both of you guys out of turn order. Yeah, Levi, as this creature is menacingly like moving over you, you roll under one of the attacks, run up, grab Grimm. You grab Grimm by the back of their shoulder, and you can see their head like turn around 180 degrees, like freaking The Exorcist. And you can see that they've got 7 eyes on their face, and each of them has the like septagram in the center of the eyes. And as their mouth opens to like ask you what you're doing, it like unhinges into like this 4 like think like the predator mouth. It like opens up, and like as you scream, you activate the dimension door from your cloak and step backwards, pulling them through.
Yep.
And you guys find yourself wreathed in darkness on the other side of the door.
When I pop through the dimension door on the other side, I'll drop the form of dread.
Okay. With that being that was awesome. With that being said, Thracken, you're up. Saint, you're on deck.
Can I can't hold movement.
Just come to the door.
Okay, yeah. Boink, I'm out.
Don't complicate this.
Thracken like looks around for a second and trying to figure out what to do, and then just shakes his head and runs through the door behind him. Saint, you're up. Hareson, you're on deck.
All right. Let's see. I will.
Alright.
What am I gonna do? Am I gonna run to the door, or am I gonna run
Look at my
to the
spell
door?
list here. I leave.
As you run into
Can
this,
I grab Dez by chance? Like grab? Oh, is he up in the air?
I don't think he's flying.
No.
Can I grab him by the collar and start pulling him?
If he's willing, otherwise it'll
Sure,
be
yeah. Pull me.
okay. Technically, yeah, you can carry him without issue. So you grab Dez, hop him onto your shoulder, and then just like run through the door. Hareson, you remain by yourself inside of this room. What are you doing?
I just dash for the door as well.
Okay.
But I stick a middle finger up behind me as I go.
All right. So, as you run through the door and you find the floor below you, like give out. And by the way, this sensation happened to everyone. As you pass through the door, there's no longer anything solid under your feet. And you just begin falling. I need Thracken, Saint, Dez, and Hareson to all just roll a d20 for me.
Alright.
Are
What'd
we
you say?
down
I'm sorry.
through?
Just roll a d20 for me.
14.
6.
All right. So, let's change the music real quick.
I don't like that.
Hang on.
Is it to the like?
It's boss
What
music.
Live, so I can also
music?
pick my music.
Is it back to the what?
You hear like heavenly, godlike vibes.
No, it's the Zelda chest music because we're gonna get a lot of loot, right?
No.
Right.
Alright. So as you guys continue to fall, eventually you guys land on your faces, and the first thing that you breathe in is like this acrid, dry dust. And as you all kind of come to your feet, you find yourselves in this barren, like red sand wasteland. With dust just spinning all around you. Oh, Thracken, I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
All right, which one of us is the Lisan Al Gaib?
By the way, Nim is looking super fucked up.
All right.
Yeah, so is Grimm.
So as you guys all begin to rise to your feet, you get a better look at what you're staring at, and out in front of you, you guys can see hundreds and thousands of green-skinned corpses laying flat on their faces as far as the eye can see. And Thracken, you can hear a coughing coming from one of them, probably not 7 or 8 feet in front of you.
I'll rush over and do they look as big as an orc? Are they orcs?
They're orcs.
Okay.
As you roll this figure over, you can see the blood-crusted face and black matted hair of a female orc that you haven't seen in several years. As you roll them over, you can see their chest is, for the most part, like caved in. They have wounds all over their face. As you look into the eyes of your mother, and she reaches up and grabs you by the back of your head, and with her dying words says, "You did this, Kraken," and drops back to the ground, eyes just burning a hole through your soul.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Not this.
As you guys continue to look across the landscape, you guys can see a mound of bodies, probably, I don't know, close to 100, 150 feet away from you, and just piles of dead orcs. And at the very top of them, you can see a small pewter key. Nim, go ahead and run your
pattern.
Roll your healing, Nim.
I'm
18, not
I'm
bad.
still like laying down,
Same.
just
It's 30.
looking up at the sky, panting.
You got any of them?
Do I
potions?
recognize the landscape?
It looks like a exaggerated version of the Great Plains of Kamarund. So we'll say that red is the pile. Say that is the key.
Thracken, do you know these orcs?
Oh, that's my mama.
What?
Hey, this isn't real, is it?
I don't know.
God.
This
I
wound
sure
feels
hope
pretty
not.
real.
It feels real, but this can't be real.
Hey, Grimm.
What?
I look and I see the giant gaping hole in your chest. I say, why don't you come here real quick? And I pull out some tiny little spiders, and they crawl over towards Grimm as I cast level 2 healing wounds for fucking 6 healing.
6 points of healing. God damn it.
Huge.
A couple of the spiders begin to stitch the large hole in Grimm's chest back together.
Use mending.
Mending doesn't work on you like that, only on
I
Saint.
know.
Mend my flesh.
Mend my ribs.
Did you burn a second level healing?
No, just
Okay.
the one.
Then how long do we are we in any kind of danger? Or do we have some time to spare here?
As far as you can tell right now, you're just looking out over this red dust massacre in front of you.
Is
Okay.
there a door out?
I'm gonna
You-
use
Prayer
prayer.
to recharge my key.
Interestingly, there are no doors that you can see in front of you. However, as you turn around behind you, there is a lone door sitting cockeyed kind of behind you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a prayer of healing while they're watching that thing.
Ooh.
Okay, if you want to take 10 minutes for prayer healing, that's up
Are
to
you
you.
guys okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Absolutely.
You guys also
Okay.
have
It's gonna be
have
fourth level.
the quick rest if you guys want to use quick rest real quick.
Ooh.
I would do that too. I'll take any.
Yeah.
What should we do that instead? What does a quick rest restore?
Everyone has to roll 2 hit die even if they don't need it, but it burns 2 hit die of healing for everyone.
I'm down.
Only
for it.
2 or at least 2?
Only
do you guys
2.
want to start with? Do you guys want to start with that, and then we can? I mean, it's kind of like it might be one or the other. Which would you guys prefer?
I'm good.
Is it?
I'm more than happy to use the spell slot if y'all. I mean,
Isn't
I'm
the
more than
quick
happy to
rest
use my mana.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Is
I
the
will
quick
take-
rest thing 10 minutes or?
It's
how
just
is
like
that?
5 minutes. It's just like real quick, like getting your breath, splinting broken wounds, putting on like quick field dressing. Like it's just real quick, like
And-
stop, heal, and you guys can go again.
Can that overlap with 5 minutes of the prayer of healing?
If you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll just use it at second level then. That should be fair, right? Because that 2 hit die plus
I'll take it.
'Kay,
2d8
so
plus 4.
everyone
Yep.
subtract 2 hit die. Those of you who need to heal off of it, go ahead and roll those to heal.
Okay, so
2 hit die.
up to 6.
Oh, thank God.
The spell. So okay.
Don't forget to add your con mod to your healing.
Okay, so 15 from
Well,
me.
hang on.
never
Don't
mind.
burn your prayer healing yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought
Just
sorry, I
do
thought
the
we
hit
said
die
we
for
were
right
doing
now. Yeah.
that. Okay.
That's great.
And it's 2 hit die, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll say as you guys take about 5 minutes to start patching yourselves up, upon getting all of that done, you guys can look over and you get Hareson is sitting there chanting under his breath, casting his prayer of healing. Thracken, you see the first of the orcs begin to rise
Oh, fuck.
Ah!
right about here.
Yeah, this definitely isn't real.
Another minute passes by. You see
I
a
think
second orc rise.
we need to get that key and get out of here.
Yeah.
Next minute goes by. A
Yeah,
fourth
let's
orc
go.
rises. Well,
We have to wait for the 5, right?
if
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
so, as Hareson finishes his prayer healing, and those of you who need it get 15 points of healing, the figures of the orcs begin to mutate. And they begin to shift, and their wounds begin opening up, and you guys can see tendrils appearing out of the wounds. You guys can see mouths with teeth. You guys can see eyes popping out until they become more of those nightmare creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this.
So there were 5. You guys did another 5 minutes, so that should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And finally, the last one to rise up is the figure of Thracken's mother.
No.
Levi, as the prayer of healing finishes, as these figures all begin to rise and mutate, Levi, what are you doing?
I'll pull out my bow and I'll take a steady aim bonus action steady aim, and I'll say to Thracken, I'll save you the pain, and I'll fucking shoot his mom in the face.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack roll with advantage.
Oh my god!
I'll fucking blow his mom's brains out.
Don't worry, buddy. It was spectacular.
Did you mean to roll with Hunter's Apprentice?
No, but it's the same. It's the same.
Okay. So 26 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
28 damage.
28 points of damage. As you aim and you fire at this figure that's not 5 feet away from you, just barely past 5 feet away from you. The arrow.
It's an execution.
Yeah,
Let's
the
be
arrow
real.
passes straight through the figure's forehead, and it sinks deeply in. The orcish form turns and looks to Thracken and goes, "Your father," and then disappears into dust. At the end of Levi's turn, Nim, you're up. Grimm, you're on deck. Actually, Nim and Grimm, both of you guys just roll a d20 for me. All right, so it'll be Grimm and then Nim.
Alrighty. Question: was the quick rest, does that count as a short rest?
No, it does not.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. That being said, he blasted Kraken's mom.
Yep.
Shoot. I guess I'm going to action Eldritch Blast these two over here. One there, one here.
Go for it. Make your attack rolls.
Here's one. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Second one's a 22.
Both of them hit.
15.
15 points of damage. Very nice. As the pale green energy from your Eldritch Blast shoots through the air, it splits in half mid-flight. One of them impacting one of the creature or the orcs, one of them impacting the second. And as the Eldritch Blasts blow through the chest cavities of both of them, they disappear into red dust and fade off.
Awesome. And then I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to use my they call it Fauna Magic, and I'm going to convert a level 1 slot to a sorcery point.
Okay.
That's it.
Nim, you're up. Thracken, you're on deck.
Alright.
So Nim is kind of tired of all this shit, so he's just gonna break out into a sprint. He's gonna run all the way up to here, and then Misty step all the way to the end.
Okay.
To try to grab the key.
Move yourself there real quick. All right. As you reach the pile of bodies and begin to ascend it just a little bit, arms and tentacles all begin reaching out to grab at you. I need you to make a strength save for me.
It is a 18 plus 1 for a 19.
A 19 does save. So, you'll be at difficult terrain, but they're beginning to grab at you and pull at your gear and your clothing and everything else like that, but you manage to maintain your freedom of movement. It's just more of a difficult climb. Is it 30 feet from there to the key?
I mean, I can definitely move 5 more feet, even with difficult terrain, and then Misty step.
Okay. Go for it. So, yeah, you continue to climb until you're just about out of energy, but you can see the key just shining right in front of you. And so using that magic from your bloodline, you disappear into shadow and dust and reappear right in front of the key. As you go ahead and grab the key at the top of this mountain, you hold it up in your hand towards everyone else, and all of the nightmares just fade back into nothingness.
Thank God.
Do we see another door?
There's the door back behind you guys.
That's the only one?
Yep. It's just a door in the middle of the desert.
Alright, I'm gonna go open it.
I'm gonna trudge out through the fucking bodies, making my way out.
Okay.
Do a flip.
As you completely
He does a flip.
circumvent my combat encounter. You casually just stride back through, and as the entire group of you guys moves back through this door, you guys find yourself once again in the grand hallway. Before closing the door, Thracken, you hold it for just a second before you look back, take a deep breath, and close the door behind you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shake my head, shake it off.
I'm gonna walk up to Kraken, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna say, "I'm sorry."
Oh, it's all right. I was gonna do the same thing.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, it's not real. I'll be all right.
I'll have the hand on his shoulder turn into a tap as I turn and walk towards the door.
Hey, just so I am caught up, what are we doing, and what is this?
You guys are still stuck in that nightmare from last time, and you guys are trying to get out. Each of these rooms that you go into seems to affect each of you slightly differently. However, you've already found now 2 keys to this door, and there's 1 remaining.
Okay. Oh yeah, this definitely ain't real. Yeah, don't worry. I would have put the axe right into her fake skull myself. But thank you.
All right. So Nim, as you stride up to the door that is accepting all of these souls in the grand hallway, you place it into the second of the 3 locks and turn it, and very similar to the first, this time a purple arcane circle appears around it, and all of the tentacles and shadow are repelled from that 1 keyhole. 2 down, 1 to go.
It's out a
The
long
next door,
sigh of relief.
since... I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
What were we saying, Saint?
I was saying, I wonder what would happen if I open the next door,
You want to find out?
since I'm not really a person or a whole soul.
Let's do it. Let's find out.
Looking around the hallway, it's like, well,
I
we're
kind
kind
of
of
want to see what happens when he opens it. I point at Harrison.
That
Is
too.
there a door we can close?
Harrison's like off in the corner whistling.
think
acting
This
like he
one's
can hear it.
closed. The one you guys came from is closed. That one you went
Okay.
through, and that one you went through.
I guess we can
Well,
go back
one more
through
door.
the bedroom. Well, Saint, you want to open up this door?
Sure.
Have at it.
Saint, as you approach the door and grab onto it, the tentacles all reach out and grab onto you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh, I'm sure you're good at those.
20... Or no, sorry. 16.
16 just barely saves.
Oh,
So-
fuck. I did
Close.
Saint,
Jesus.
as
On a
you
plus 10.
Saint, as you open this door up, it cracks open, and you guys find yourselves in this room, and there is a dead tree standing in the middle of it. There are several skeletons splayed out at the bottom of the tree, and on one of the lowest branches, you can see a noose hanging down.
Oh, God.
Is it suspiciously owl-shaped?
Well, I was gonna say, as you begin to approach it, Saint, you can hear a voice that's not quite as familiar to you as it is to Dez. And there's a figure underneath the noose with its head kind of cocked to the side. But, so Saint, you think it's just that easy? That you can just replace me?
Oh, God, it's Marshall. Oh, fuck.
What the hell?
Saint,
Is
you're
that you?
nothing. You were made by my brother. You will never be me. You'll never replace me. My mom will never love you. My dad will never accept you. And Des will always know that you're not real. The figure continues to just chide you as you guys are walking in.
Can I bash him?
How's Des looking?
Dez is kind of just like very quiet. He's kind of staring at like what we presume to be Marshall, and just like his hand is kind of like resting over his like rifle, like he's just ready to pull it out and shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Stay quiet. You never spoke up. You made me do everything. You just sat there in the back. Anytime we get in trouble, I was the one to take it.
Pull out the rifle and immediately cock it and try and take a shot at him.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Oh god.
Holy shit.
Roll.
Yeah.
16.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Shoot the commoner.
I'm gonna do the. So we're gonna roll damage and then do the force as well.
Okay.
So that is 12 plus 4. So 16 damage.
16 points of damage. As you fire, the head of this figure is completely removed into dust. However, the body still stands there. He goes, oh, so now you're going to act.
How are you still talking?
Don't
And
worry.
then with my bonus action, I'm going to take a shot with the pistol.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
And this is just a flat D20.
Yep.
Do I see a key?
One sec. 4, yeah, unfortunately misses. So you aim and you fire, and the round like skips off the ground. And he goes, "Well, Dez can't ever finish anything." Levi, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Not investigation.
Sure, investigation. Go for it.
I'm looking. Ah, fuck. Well, 15.
15. As you're looking around this room, there's not anything like super crazy going on in it besides the now headless Owlin that is talking shit to Saint and Dez. But up in the branches of the tree, right next to another coiled piece of rope, you can see a small key.
Is it how far is it from me?
The tree, it's here. I'll just do this.
Or the key in the tree.
Because I figured Saint was going to be the one to fail his save, so I actually made the map for this room.
Oh.
You thought the paladin was gonna?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gonna say-
Shush. Yeah, so you guys are like right by that green like entry door. This is all happening underneath the tree. So you guys are all like right up here. Tree's right there, and then it's probably, I'd say, about 50 feet up in the tree.
Okay. 50 feet up? Okay,
Mhm.
I can't do anything about that.
You guys aren't in like initiative order or anything.
I'll whatever's going on here, I'm not going to interrupt them
Can I chop the
battling
tree
their
down?
demons, but I am going to whisper to those who are not involved, hey. And I nod my head up at the key in the tree.
Oh,
Nim like shakes his head and
I got it.
I got you.
How tall's the tree?
The key's about 60 feet up in the tree. The tree itself is probably 80 to 100 feet tall.
Is there a branch that's 30 feet from the ground?
Yeah, the one that the noose is currently hanging from.
I'm
Okay,
gonna... Go ahead.
I was going to Misty Step to it, but if you were going to do it, do it.
Oh no, I was gonna. Where am I right now? We're still right here.
I mean, you
Where's
guys,
Marshall?
yeah, you guys can put your things there.
Where's
if you
Marshall
want.
at?
Like just right under the tree.
Okay. How far of a drop is this?
About 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to enlarge,
Oh,
and I'm going to walk over to him and make an attack.
Okay, go for it.
While he's doing that, I want to Misty Step up the tree.
Go ahead and make an attack, Saint, as Grimm, using this movement as kind of cover or whatever. You run up and then disappear into shadow, and like very similar to a couple of the past times that you've misty stepped. You guys can see the shadow just like move itself up the tree and over the branch before Grimm just like emerges like they're coming out of a vertical elevator.
Which one's the news branch?
This is more theater than mine than anything.
Oh, whatever.
Saint, did you make an attack roll? A 24 will hit? Yeah.
And I will smite it as well.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not saying anything. Eyes are kind of just glazed over as I walk over and just put my sword through its chest.
Okay. You put your sword through its chest, and the figure like dissipates into dust, very similar to all of the other figures that you guys have dealt with in this. But you can still hear the voice. You can kill me. I tried to kill me. Doesn't mean I'm not here. Doesn't mean I won't always be here. Anytime you find yourself doubting, Saint, just know it. That's me.
I'm gonna keep climbing the tree while this is going.
I'm gonna
make an athletics check for me.
I'm gonna drop the sword and pull the halberd out and make a second attack against the tree.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll against the tree.
What kind of check did you say?
Athletics for you.
12.
A 12? You take the halberd out and you bury it into the tree. It doesn't go very far. Something tells you this tree isn't actually made out of wood. Grimm, standing on this one branch 30 feet off the ground, the next branch is probably about 25 feet away from you. And as you start to like try to find handholds on the trunk of this tree, you get probably about 3 or 4 feet up before just sliding back down.
I'll just misty step up to the next one.
Okay. You misty step onto that next branch. The key is probably on another branch, probably about 15 or 20 feet above your head.
Okay, I can do it. I might as well do it one more time.
Okay. Grimm, you misty step again. Find yourself right next to the key this time.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. As you pick it up, the rope next to you uncoils and reaches down. Saint, I would like you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Nah, 9.
9 is a failure, unfortunately. The rope from the top branch wraps itself around you and begins lifting you up into the air. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Can I cut the rope?
Go for it. What are you using to cut the rope? Oh, just famine. Yeah. 12's enough. Yeah. So seeing what's happening below you, the key in one hand, famine attached to your right hand, you stab it straight through the branch that you are standing on and the rope is coiled around. Famine splits all the way through it, and as the branch starts to fall, you fall along with it. However, as Saint hits the ground and looks up, the entire tree begins transforming from a tree into another, like, kind of eldritch abomination, reaching down and grabbing you in one of its tentacles. However, oddly enough, with the key being in your hand, as the tentacle, like, wraps around you, you can hear this burning sound, and it lets you go. As you hit the ground, your momentum has been stopped just enough that you do not take any falling damage, as the tree, all of the ropes, and everything end up falling in on themselves and eventually just leave themselves as like a black pile on the ground.
What is this key made of?
It just appears to be a small, like, pewter key.
Is this actually over here?
Well, that's where the key was going to be if this turned into a combat encounter.
Oh, okay.
But he passed his save, so it was not a combat encounter.
Oh yeah. Well, this is 3 out of 3. You alright, Saint?
I'm not saying much. You kind of just see a dead look in his eyes.
Des?
You know, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, sorry. Don't know how I dragged y'all into this.
It is
I'm
real.
gonna
I'll
walk
tell you
towards
what, it's
Saint.
not real.
Hey, what did I tell you earlier?
What?
I'm talking to Saint.
Oh,
I poke him.
No reaction.
I'll poke him.
You are Saint. That was Marshall. You are Saint.
I'll nod my head and grab the halberd out of the tree and grab the sword. Pat Levi on the shoulder and just walk out.
As you guys leave this room, you find yourselves once again in main hallway. Grimm, as you go ahead and place the final key into the door and twist it, the entire door, the shadow and tendrils are removed from, and it appears fine. The keyholes sink down into the door and twist, and a handle emerges from the side.
Oh, gosh. All right. Hopefully this is the way out. I'll try the door.
Harrison,
Yeah.
your turn.
Oh no, it's okay. I think somebody else was just offering to
I
go ahead.
I gently nudge him towards the door. We've all opened the door. It's your turn.
Go for it, Harrison.
His ears flop down to the side. He gets like he kind of
It's
gives
only
Levi
fair.
the puppy. He gives Levi like the puppy dog eyes and goes, "Are you sure?"
It will be
Yeah.
fine. It's whatever's behind that door is not real anyway.
Hop on up before we
Okay, I go ahead and open or put my hand on the handle.
All right. So you put your hand on the handle, it just feels like cold metal in your grasp.
Fantastic. I open it up.
Okay. As you open the door, all of you guys find yourselves surrounded in darkness. As you open your eyes up, you guys find yourselves back in the room you had been housed in the night previous, as the sun is currently coming up over the horizon, and you guys can hear the sounds of movement outside of your room.
Oh,
Lucky
man.
bastard.
Oh, thank God we're all safe. I go to open, like, we see a door outside of the room.
Huh? Yeah, it's
Who's-
it's the
yeah.
same like room that you guys were in
Yeah.
originally in the Giants Town.
Okay, can I go open the door to see what the movement is? Like who's moving around?
As you open the door, you can see that on the second tier, the same one that you guys have been housed on, it appears as though there's a large kind of long table that has been erected. There's seats all around it. Tark Veer is standing at the very top of all of the stairs, overlooking everything. There's more tables on the third tier back down below you. The feast that was promised the night before is being prepared in front of you.
overlooking.
Fantastic.
Here's a
'Cause
crazy question. Long rest?
Roll a fate die for me.
Oh, please?
Big money, big money.
16.
16. So you do still feel sore. The wounds that you had, you can feel them, but you do not see them on your body. You guys can all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Goodness. What about exhaustion?
Yeah, roll a d4.
Well, I mean, I only have the one.
Oh, then yeah.
I'm still
you're fine.
exhausted, correct, Ben? Nothing changed after last time?
Nope. You guys took a long rest in a safe environment. So
Fair enough.
if you have more than 1 point of exhaustion, roll a d4 to see how many you reduce it by.
Safe environment.
That was a lot, and I'm sorry that I drug y'all into that.
It's not your fault.
Nim just kind
Well,
of
it's like
climbs up onto one of the
mostly.
oversized chairs and just like kind of like curls up a little bit, like one knee up.
Okay.
Just kind of looks blank.
Ugvai Navori. As Tarkvir begins addressing you. Levi and Saint actually can now translate. And he goes, "Silly little one, we have seats just for you." And you can see he points to the other end of the table, and there's like a bench with like another bench on top of it that would bring you guys up to like table level.
Right.
The feast is not ready yet, but feel free to sit if you wish.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So does Saint have a new like brand on his forehead now?
Yeah, he has a rune in the very center of his helm. Would essentially be on his forehead.
So I take it your lessons went well?
Lesson, yeah. I don't even know what it was, honestly. Like really good meditation. It was pretty dope. I saw some shit, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Hell yeah.
It looks pretty badass.
I haven't seen it myself, so
I'll use minor illusion to show him what he looks like.
Okay. You look very similar to the way that you did. However, again, there's the mark on your forehead, and I believe it is the rune of the warrior. Did I say the warrior or the protector?
warrior.
Okay.
Is it the protector?
It could be either of them. I just wanted to make sure it was.
Whichever you want.
Which one would you like? Would you rather have the rune of the warrior or the rune of the protector?
It's just more story plot thing, yeah.
Yeah.
More story.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Protector would be cool.
Okay. So it's a giant's rune that, when translated, it is the protector.
Protector.
So, as you all begin taking your seats, the giants go about their business. Eventually, they bring some smaller. It's essentially like shot glasses for them, but it's like entire freaking like almost like a keg size freaking thing for you guys. As you guys pull your water flasks out, you guys could drink with that. But it's an incredibly strong mead. But
Harrison starts just like dipping his face in it and just chugging.
okay, go ahead and make a con save for me. 17. Okay. You managed to hold your shit together for right now, but like I said, it is strong.
I empty out my water and dunk it into the bead.
Okay. They also bring you guys out different fruits. You guys can see that down near the main gate, there's a large fire that has been built, and they seem to be roasting some sort of large meat item on it. Yeah.
That was a hell of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that again.
I didn't even really want to think about those rooms for a good while. All those souls.
Yeah,
Well, they had to go
that's-
somewhere.
yeah, that is true. I guess it's a good reminder that the people we cross paths with are not just nobody, you know?
Yeah.
As you guys all kind of solemnly sit there, like trying to figure out what to talk about or whatever, Chartveer comes over and takes a seat next to you. And, so, what is next for the outsiders who helped me retake my city?
Well, I believe we're on what, day 4 out of day 10 for Connie to be done.
Yeah.
4 or 5, yeah.
We got to go back to the orcs for Kraken.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta go let Uncle Axe know that everything's all right.
Oh, so you're returning to the orcs. Let them know that if they send an emissary up here, they will be greeted as friends, and we may begin to repair this relationship that has been carelessly tossed to the wind by the other one.
Thoradon.
That'd be
yeah.
dope.
Yeah, that guy.
Just breaks his giant accent for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, common for a
That's
second.
the one.
It's like
And then after
8 places where all my notes are.
the orcs, back to Ogden.
Yeah. Hey, Thracken.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Saint?
It's cool if we have another sparring session later.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we need to get more stuff for the war/sparring room.
True.
Well, we could send money to Sylvie.
Oh, that's right, we can.
I mean, you guys still gave her, what, like 5,000 gold or something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Also, probably worth mentioning that we should probably give some money. I can't remember if we did do this, but give money to what's his name? The gnome. So he
Oh,
can build,
yeah.
like
Alton?
I think
workshop. Yeah.
I think he did. I think we did.
Did we? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking we might want to find a workshop specifically for him to use.
Like a separate building.
Yeah, but
God.
unfortunately we would have to keep it under high security considering the knowledge he knows.
Have we seen the dragon flying around the peak?
No. You guys didn't see it last night, and you guys didn't see it. You haven't seen it yet since waking up. You guys actually haven't seen it since the orc hideout.
Interesting. Hey, Tarok.
Yes, little orc.
The that passageway in the throne room.
Yes, what about it?
Where does that go?
It goes about 15 feet into it before Thordon, or whatever his name is, collapsed it, so it'll take us quite some time to dig it out if we're interested in seeing what he had going on back there.
Oh, okay, so that's new. That's not something you had going on.
Oh, no. And if I ever see him again, he's gonna owe me a lot of money for repairs.
Something tells me that's not going to be an issue after that.
Yeah, something tells me he's got plenty of money. Or, at the same time, no use for it.
All right.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've learned a lot about outsiders these past few weeks. Some of them will take everything from you, and others will give everything back to you. So I guess I'm back at square one as far as outsiders go. Can't be trusted.
Well, feel free to reach out to us if you ever need anything.
Oh, of course. You will always be welcome in my city. And if there's anything I can help you with, let me know and I will try to do what I can.
Kelly,
You
you know anything about the hags that live down at the bottom of the mountain?
What's a hag?
Oh, okay.
That answers that.
Well, now that you mention it, if you maybe track where Thordon went, maybe, 'cause he didn't. He said we shouldn't follow him, but he didn't say you shouldn't follow him.
You're pretty conniving, aren't you?
I don't know, maybe a little bit.
Well, once this
Was
feast
that
is
your
over, I will have several of my men begin clearing out the tunnel, and we'll see if we can track him after that.
I'd like to know where that guy hangs his hat.
Well, if I find anything out, I will let your uncle know,
Yeah, Uncle Axe.
and I'm sure he'll be able to get a message to you.
All right. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you.
I give him a fist pump, but I don't say anything. See if he can.
He just like hold your fist out. He just like takes his pinky and like touches it to your fist.
I think that's fair.
Oh.
Eventually, over the next I don't know, 15 20 minutes or whatever, they begin cutting pieces off that large piece of meat that they were cooking, and they first serve Tarkvir, and then they begin to serve the entire table, and eventually they serve the those at the tables on the third tier. Several of the giants get incredibly drunk and begin singing loud songs about their conquests and about how giants are the greatest thing on the face of the planet. And others begin like arm wrestling with each other, and they all begin getting rather rowdy. After an hour or so, we'll say towards noonish or whatever, the feast begins to kind of let up or whatever. And yeah, Tarkvir kind of addresses you guys again. No, you guys can stay here as long as you would like. Or just let me know and I'll have one of my men escort you wherever you need to go in the range. Just let us know. And again, anything we can do for you that is within our ability, we'll do for you.
I think we're planning on taking off tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Does that sound about right, guys?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's still early. How far is the orc village?
About a day's journey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I don't mind.
imagine we could probably take the above ground back this time.
Yeah, probably.
Do we show up to the orcs with a giant convoy?
Well,
We'll
sooner-
when we get close, we'll probably tell them to hang back.
yeah, I would say that the sooner we talk to them, the better, so that there's no extra conflict.
Yeah.
Because they don't know anything right now.
Yeah, that'd be wise. Wait, what else did we have to do here today? Or are we just gonna enjoy the day?
I can't say I wouldn't mind a day of doing nothing.
I think that we should take a day of at least traveling or not, just exploring things and looking around, because we've just been nonstop fighting. It would be nice to.
Hey, did Sylvie write us this morning?
As you look at the note, there is no response this morning. Mainly because your DM forgot to write a response.
Oh. Yeah, but the last message I sent was, "Is everything still okay?" So... Ah!
As you're looking at the sheet and getting a little worried, suddenly it flashes with this hot arcane energy, and it goes, "Oh yes, everything's going well. Olson's taken up one of the rooms, and there's some strange sounds coming from out of there, but other than that, nothing out of the ordinary." Any
Just
idea when
Sylvie
to expect you guys
dot,
back?
dot, dot. We're probably not going back for a while, huh?
Probably like a week or so.
I mean, we could pop in whenever we want.
We do have that.
Well, I mean, how are we going to get back?
We have a teleporting stone.
Yeah, Kaldor built it for us.
Well, we
We
also
also
have
have
the
a-
crystals, teleporting crystal that I gave you, Thracken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
those are like emergency. That was really clutch when we used it. We should save those.
That's fair.
Mm,
I mean, why shouldn't we take a day to ourselves?
How safe is the journey? I say to Targvir. How safe is the journey back to the orc camp from above ground?
And my men and you, it'll be rather safe. I wouldn't expect anything crazy happening.
We could just take a nice casual stroll back to the camp.
yeah, I think we could do that.
Sounds good.
Do some sightseeing. This is a beautiful mountain range, after all.
I'll write in back to Sylvie. I'll say, probably at least a week.
A few moments later, it flashes back to you again. It goes, okay, just give me a heads up so I can have everything ready for you by the time you come home.
I send back a thumbs up emoji.
Draws a
You
thumbs
just
up.
draw it. Yeah.
But you gotta make some kind of check so she can read what it is. What if it looks really bad?
Yeah. I was going
No,
to
it
make him
doesn't
make a
look bad.
performance check, but it's not hard to make a thumbs up.
You draw for a living. Come on.
No, you're fine.
Fair, fair.
Don't forget the X's and O's.
She writes back, please do not put vulgar images in this chat.
Language! Exclamation.
I don't know if you know what that gesture means to halflings.
Oh, no.
All right. So, what's the plan for the day?
I guess we should just. I feel like we should just head back. It's best if we get to the orc camp ASAP so that there's no more fighting, or they don't think that there's more fighting to be had.
Yeah, in case they got
That's probably a good
patrols
idea.
out that run into each other.
Yeah, and if we're traveling in a convoy, and Targvir says that it's fine up here, I'm sure it'll just be a stroll. Right?
Yeah,
So,
it'd be fine.
well, before we get down to business, then, while everything's fresh on our mind, does anybody have any questions about what we saw last night?
Yeah, what is that like? What Hadar does? Is that
Consumed, yeah.
okay? And he gets in your mind, twist things around.
I imagine it's more or less an effect of us projecting into whatever reality helps us understand.
Harrison's like nodding, looking like he's agreeing, but I want to try something here. His internal monologue asks, "Hey, lady, did you have anything to do with this yesterday or earlier?"
No, it's not me.
Okay, then we're good.
It seems like those visions were all like half truths.
Or maybe like our deepest, darkest fears.
So you're afraid of your mom?
No, well, I mean, she was a frightening lady, but no, I guess my biggest fear would be, leading all of Orkkind into a war to start anew and utterly failing. That would be pretty bad.
And what about your master, Levi?
Well, he was kidnapped. So the shop was only kind of not right looking.
What
all
was
of
he
the-
saying about you left him?
I think that was just part of the brain fog, the untruth.
And what about that Psycho Fight Club, Nim?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. The voice is it's ringing in my head. I feel like I know it.
I think Saint's trauma's pretty clear cut.
Yeah. Shane, are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Des? Well, I think he better.
He's going to the bathroom, yeah.
You'll be fine, Des. You'll get over it. Take all the time you
You
need.
just hear some subtle sobbing from the fucking bathroom.
So, would my room be Dez's room? Or is my room my room?
It
I
kind
think
of
that-
Yes, you
both
are
of
kind
you.
of part of.
I'm not part. I'm all of Dez.
Yeah.
Saint, I think that while your memories are seeded from Des, I think it's important for you to recognize that you do have your own independence.
Oh,
You
I
are
know.
your own person.
Yeah.
I keep thinking back to that hallway. So instead of all those souls, there's usually a bunch of statues. All the heads of the Dahaka's house.
Does can I do like a arcana or like a history check? Have I heard anything about what like actually I don't think I would actually know any of this. Never mind. I was gonna ask, like, do I know what Hadar's like thing is?
His
Like does he like eat, like consume souls like that? Like was that related to like his
His MO.
his brand, you
So
know?
here's what I'll say, because you've made a check on Hadar before. He's not like one of the worshipped gods or anything like that, and so general like knowledge about him isn't just going to be out there. You would like have to like go in and like do research and find out like all this information.
In that case, would Hareson know?
No,
Aw,
it's a different type of research.
fair.
Well, it's possible that I mean, he is like, you say he's like an eternal hunger, right? Maybe he's feeding on these souls. I don't know. But the thing that's interesting to me is that those people were not just people that you like ate with Hungy. It was anybody that we crossed blades with.
Maybe it's tied to my magic.
Or it's all death. I don't know.
Well, it's not like I can go back there and check. Test the theory.
I'm good off that.
I do remember I used to get nightmares like that a lot. You just go cry to Nan all the time. She always comfort me.
Nightmares like that? Or just
You know,
nightmares?
all well, all twisted and distorted
Fair.
and gruesome.
Well, nothing like a little bit of trauma to start the day, huh?
Who needs coffee?
Is Turok still sitting here listening to us?
Yep. He's like sitting there, just like drinking, just like, kind of listening to all you guys talk. Just like, what the fuck?
Speaking of which, can I take another giant swig?
Yeah, go for it. Make another con save, this time with disadvantage.
What? Wait.
Grim will
Oh,
also take a big gulp.
Go for it.
dude, I got a natural 20 and an 18. Holy
Nice.
shit.
Oh, okay. Harrison can drink. Who knows where all that liquor goes? But
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys finish your drinks, Harrison, you let out this massive burp and just kind of sit back content. You're feeling a little bit buzzed, but you look across the table and like Nim like has his head against the table and he's like picking it up and then just like dropping it back down again and then like picking it up and dropping it back down. Like everything is spinning. Like, Nim's feeling good.
I'm gonna kind of like click my tongue. Lightweight.
Do any of you know anything about tieflings? Sorry.
do I know anything about tieflings?
Would Levi know anything about tieflings?
Are there tieflings on
Yeah.
Mithra? What was that? What
Mira.
was that? Mira.
Yeah. There are.
Then I guess I would know however much an
Go ahead.
average.
How about this? Go ahead and make a nature check for me. Anyone who is interested in what they would know about tieflings.
Ah,
A nature
yes.
check?
A 3.
23.
Don't worry, guys. I got the knowledge.
You're actually the first tiefling I've ever met.
Is that it? Just the
Sorry.
two of those?
I guess maybe we should hear what Grit's question is first. And then we can see if the 23 or the 20 can answer that question, maybe.
Do you want me to fill them in on tieflings, or do you want to go for it, Fox?
I guess I can ask. Well, so the thing I used to hate most about that hallway was looking at all those statues. I remember how alone I used to feel because there wasn't a single statue in that hallway that had horns like me, or horns at all. Nobody in my family seems to be associated with tieflings of any kind.
What race was Grimm's father?
Is he human?
Human? Okay.
Do we know anything about Grimm's mother?
I don't think. No, it hasn't come up. Grimm's mother has not come up to anyone
Grimm, what do
or
you?
in any conversation.
Actually, I don't know if my character's right to be the one to enter that.
With the 23 about tieflings,
Mhm.
In your world,
Yep.
are tieflings like persecuted and treated like shit?
So it's more like by their family. So tieflings, and mine's a little bit different than most like lore or whatever, but tieflings usually happen whenever magic is involved in conception, if that makes any sense. So whether it's has a much higher chance to happen to people who are like religious, I guess. However, it does also happen a lot with like interspecies couples, if that makes sense.
I see.
So think of it more as, and this is gonna sound really dumb, but like in the X-Men universe, people freaking born with like the X gene or whatever, how it can kind of happen, whatever, but there are things that like can make it happen more than not.
I see. Did and this is addressing Grimm. Did your family treat you poorly because you were born tiefling?
I always assumed that was part of it. I don't know. All I know is I used to hate it. I mean, both my parents are human. It's actually my stepmother, Prudence. My real mom died in childbirth.
Oh,
It was Zoe. She was a high elf.
I see. Well, that would make sense. Listen, I know what it's like to be the black sheep of your family. And although I guess I don't know to this extent, but it's not great.
A little piss. Tarkbeer just like stands up and like wobbles to his feet and like walks out to the side and just in front of everyone just like pulls his trousers down and starts pissing down the stairs.
Oh,
You know what? Fuck it.
What sounds like a waterfall? What is that?
We deserve to have some fun. I think maybe we should just let it loose for a bit.
Drink?
I'll start drinking.
Okay. Go ahead and make a con save with disadvantage.
Me?
No, Grimm.
I will take
Nim being
my
drunk
water
out of his mind starts waterbending his piss.
I'm just gonna use
I'll-
famine and like with a straw.
What the fuck?
So Grimm says,
before-
"Fuck it, let's have some fun," and just pounds their drink. And almost before the glass hits the ground, like Grimm belches and then just like instantly starts heaving over the side of their chair.
Holy shit! What
I
is
was-
this?
I was gonna fill my water skin,
Mhm.
and then raise a toast to everyone, to the party, and say, fuck it, to trauma.
to trauma.
I'll take a swig.
Oh,
As
Harrison's
you
going in
guys-
for another.
As you all toast and begin just kind of letting loose, maybe letting a couple of your walls down to your allies and those around you.
I also rolled a nat one.
Begin
We're fucking drinking and singing.
having fun. You guys begin singing along with the giants. You have no idea what the words mean, anything like that, but just allowing yourselves the slight pleasure of freedom for at least one day. As you guys are doing that, the sky darkens as a massive blue figure blots out the sun and continues on towards the north.
I flip it off drunkenly.
As you drunkenly flip it off and you guys all begin talking and laughing again, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.